Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending our webinar, our workshop called Kickstarting Social Housing Transformation for Inclusive, Sustainable and Vibrant Neighborhoods. As you know, this workshop is aligned with the European Week of Regions and Cities with a session of events called Close to You. And it will give us an overview and the main insights that we will get from different projects, sister projects called DROP, SUPERSHINE and ProLight. So these three projects have been funded under the Social and Affordable Housing District Demonstrator Call. And among all of them, we have 10 demo districts, 6 fellow cities and 2 peer cities. And as you can see, a bunch of different countries represented all over Europe. Just a quick, let's say, resume of what neighborhood regeneration means and how also to have a clear idea of how these different projects are focusing on different fields of neighborhood regeneration. The aim of neighborhood regeneration is to repair the social and economic problems of a given urban area by improving the physical and environmental aspects of the city as well as the buildings. And it's key to have an approach, an integrated approach to this, because all the regeneration process has to be interconnected and it has to be into account the different aspects. So the social aspects, the citizens, the environmental and economic aspects, accessibility, energy efficiency. So it has to be totally multi-sectorial and a lot of different stakeholders have to be involved in the process. Also, these 3 projects are aligned and are included in the new European Bauhaus. So this social housing transformation is focused on inclusivity and sustainability. And we want to be able to tackle the 3 different sections, let's say, of the new European Bauhaus. So it is sustainability, inclusivity, accessibility, and beautiful, the aesthetic part also, quality of the experience and art and culture and the inclusion of creative and cultural industries. And now I will give the floor to the first speaker that will present us the first project that is called DROP project. So welcome Marta Leku Uriarte. She has a background of international relations and urbanisms, and she works currently at the municipality of Ermua, Spain, as part of the coordination team of the DROP project. So please, Marta.
Thank you, Silvia. Sure. Let me then present the DROP project. So the DROP project is composed by 10 different public and private partners located in 4 different countries. That is Spain, Brussels, Estonia, and Italy. This is a 3-year project, and we are currently in the 3rd year. So what is the objective of the DROP project? So our objective is to transform social housing districts into inclusive and smart neighborhoods where urban spaces, energy efficiency, social connections, digitalization, and the overall quality of life of citizens is improved. So how are we doing this? In order to achieve this goal, what we have developed is what we call the integrated renovation methodology. This methodology is divided in 3 different levels: the strategic level, the design level, and the intervention level. So what makes this methodology special? What makes it special is that it is designed under a co-creation perspective that I will explain a little bit later. And also another key aspect of this methodology is that it's not only designed to guide the DROP project, it's also designed to be able to be replicated in other social district renovation processes across Europe. So while Estonia and Italy are peer cities, well, Elva and Matera in this case are peer cities, while they're kind of improving this DROP project with their expertise in digitalization and in cultural and creative industries, the demo case, the pilot case of this project is located in Santa Ana neighborhood in the Ermua municipality in the north of Spain. So why do we choose the neighborhood? Well, because of its own particular characteristics. So at the urban level, Santa Ana is composed by buildings that were constructed during the 60s and 70s. This was a time in which the Ermua municipality increased 700%. And in order to accommodate all these people and to accommodate them quickly, all the houses had to be built in a way that there were not any concerns about accessibility, energy efficiency, quality public space, or quality green spaces. So up to date, all these problems still persist. Then regarding the socio-demographic characteristics, Santa Ana classifies as a low-medium income neighborhood with a big percentage of all population, and there is a generalized lack of participatory culture. So this is the reason, the context that we had for DROP project and why we chose Santa Ana as the main project to implement the regeneration methodology. So this is a summary of how the DROP project fits all the different values of the new European Bauhaus. Regarding this first value of togetherness, of inclusion, our objective of the project, as explained before, is focused on co-creation. So we're trying to put the residents at the heart of social district regeneration through a co-creation process for the co-design of initiatives in order to achieve accessible, inclusive, and sustainable neighborhoods. Regarding the second value of sustainability, we aim to foster energy-efficient retrofitting and the promotion of energy communities by opening what we call a neighborhood office for regeneration that is going to serve as a catalyzer of initiatives proposed by the neighbors and by us. And the objective is also to push for a local economic development in this part of this regeneration process. And finally, regarding the aesthetics, the beautiful value of the new European Bauhaus, we have different actions that are being launched in order to co-design this process with the citizens and local stakeholders so that we can improve the urban space and make it a bit more accessible and beautiful. But let me now jump a little bit more on these three aspects of the new European Bauhaus and the DROP project. So as you can see here, this is a process that we have kind of followed with the neighbors and the local stakeholders within this co-creation process. So through all these sessions, the different neighbors have developed a common vision for the future of the neighborhood of Santa Ana. And in order to do this, we have also identified the social, economic, and physical and digital needs that are aimed to achieve this common vision of the neighbors. One such example is, for example, this activity that we have carried out that we call the Mapathon, where the neighbors walked around the neighborhood and were able to physically map the places that they wanted to intervene and they had interest to transform. So after doing this, the different neighbors have been proposing actions that could be possible to be implemented in the neighborhood, and through public voting, they've been able to prioritize some of them that we are now busy, as it is the last year, launching. Regarding the second value of the new European Bauhaus, sustainability, we have tried in DROP to tackle all the different pillars of sustainability, so social, environmental, and economic. Within the social aspect of sustainability, we are trying to foster or to promote community connections. So our goal is to improve social cohesion, to reduce unwanted loneliness, especially among old people, and to generate intergenerational exchanges, which we think is very enriching for the context of Santa Ana. Regarding the environmental aspect of sustainability, we are having different actions within this aspect. So we have opened a neighborhood office in order to assist and also to promote renovation processes of the local buildings, private and individual and common in the neighborhood. We are also busy installing some photovoltaic panels that will be connected to the creation of an energetic community. And together with this, we are busy implementing some energy awareness and reduction activities within the local neighborhoods or neighbors. And finally, regarding the economic aspect of sustainability, the DROP team has developed a plan for local economic development, which main outcome is the capacity building set, which is composed by different courses and training pills that are directed to local businesses and also especially to the neighbors of Santa Ana, with a special emphasis on unemployed people. And then in this last slide, I'm showing you 3 different spaces that have been prioritized by the neighbors with the activity that I previously mentioned, that is a Mapathon. And for example, in this first picture, we can see a square that is not planned in a very pragmatic way, very practical way. And the neighbors have chosen this square to be transformed into something a bit more green, something a bit more open and a bit more social, right? And we have we're busy launching now an architecture idea competition in order to change this space. Then this second space is a painting that is in the neighborhood, but as you can see, is not very well maintained, and neighbors think that the painting doesn't really represent the neighborhood. So we have contacted a local designer, a local artist, and he is now proposing some different designs for this space that the neighbors of Santa Ana are going to be able to vote in order to choose and have a new painting in that specific space. And finally, we have this space that on the third picture that used to be a closed space with no ending, and that used to serve only to park 3 cars. And what we have done is we have closed that space, and we have through tactical urbanism, we have implemented some like temporary actions or interventions so that we can test and analyze the use of this space, so that we can learn later which are the needs and the uses of space of the neighbors, and transform this space into something a bit more not temporary, but a bit more like permanent. And these were just a few examples of what we're doing now in Drop, but I invite you all, if you want to know a bit more about the project, to either contact us, visit our website, or follow us in LinkedIn. So I'll leave the room to Itzia now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marta. You can launch questions if you want, and we will try to reply to them at the end of the session. Explain us about his project, that is SUPERSHINE. Ricardo Coleta, he's Senior Project Manager in APRE, that is the Agencia per la Promozione della Ricerca Europea. He has competencies on energy and the new European Bauhaus. He's currently the project coordinator of Horizon Europe Marine Wine and SUPERSHINE, with an extensive experience in project planning, management, engagement, and co-creation process. So the floor is yours, Ricardo.
So back into SUPERSHINE. So it's started SUPERSHINE as well in October 2022. And well, SUPERSHINE, it's part of the new European House community, and has the ambitious target to take in energy poverty and social housing districts. So we are working mainly with local communities, providing tools and technical solution to tackle the energy poverty. And we have 3 main lighthouses, which are Trieste in Italy, Herning in Denmark, and Riga in Latvia. But we will provide some more details in the next slides. But we are not limited to our 3 main lighthouses, because we are planning to replicate our results and test in 4 fellow cities, which are Setúbal in Portugal, Belgrade in Serbia, Zaragoza in Spain, and Istanbul in Turkey. Well, how we are planning to follow the European Bauhaus pillars? Well, mostly they are together. It's follow mainly with a strong inclusion of the local community. So every single intervention and every decision is decided with the local communities. Of course, we are implementing different methodologies for different communities, because we are starting from different condition and different ecosystem, as you can easily imagine. So we have different countries with different condition, different environment, and that's why we need to have a different approach with every single one. But we have some horizontal goals that are definitely the acceptability of the results and the inclusion of the community in the proposed solutions. The second one is the sustainability. For us, the sustainability, it's not only having less emission or environmental solutions for improving the condition of the tenants and of the whole districts, but we want to provide also the financial tools and financial support in order to put the solution on the ground, and to allow all the district to keep on the maintenance of the solutions proposed and installed with our project. So we are currently developing business model tailored for every single lighthouse, with tailored financial tools to support and now and in the future the technical solution applied to every single lighthouse. And finally, the beautiful. So we are promoting not only the aesthetic part of the intervention, but well, we are extremely focused on the useful solution for the local community, so the improvement of quality of life. Because I remember, we are most of all focused on tackling the energy poverty in the different districts. And since we are talking about social houses and affordable housing, this is really an extremely important issue to be to be solved for them, because of course for many reasons, but okay, it's easy to understand, but one, it's definitely to increase the quality of life and increase the healthy conditions, and the second one, of course, increasing also the economic conditions, because this means less cost and possibly also possibility for the local communities to have new jobs and maybe more incomes for the entire district. So the together phase, it's as I said, it's tailored per every single lighthouse. So in Trieste, we are already started to having co-creation session to redesign the district and to co-design and co-plan all the public spaces, green areas, public spaces with tailored meeting with different targets per every single visit. So, and it's most of all a urban area with a great potential, but we need to co-design it to have solution and space tailored for the local communities. Talking about Herning, which is Denmark, we want to rewilding because okay, now we are talking about a rural area, so we want to have a strong focus on rewilding. And while in Riga we are redesigning post-Soviet era districts but with a great potential of common green spaces, so increasing the value also of the entire district, so increasing also the sense of belonging and of the tenants. Well, sustainable. Go very straight now to the one of the strong point of our project, which is the sustainability. As I said, we are not only talking about environmental sustainability, but also financial. But with this methodology, we are calculating the energy saving per every single district and per every single lighthouse. And according to the projection of energy saving that will be one of the results of the technical solution applied to the buildings and to the district itself, we want to tailor the financial tool as well. So we are investigating on tailored public-private funding and to different kind of contract that we can apply to the different districts, calculating also the return on investment of every single contract. So this is extremely important for them, because okay, then as you can see on the right side of the slide, we have a projection of the energy saving always over the 60% of the current energy consuming for every single building and district. But we have already the payback structure and the return investment of the investment for the in technical intervention in every single building and district. And this is a great opportunity for these communities. Finally, and I'm almost at the end of my 10 minutes, the beautiful. So we are now co-designing with the local communities. This is the left part, the rendering of the Trieste, a lighthouse, new design of social housing districts. So we will completely rebuild this district with a co-design of this common space and with rebuilding and these 8 buildings in this district with technical solution for the energy efficiency, for production of renewable energies, and so giving them more space inside the building and outside the building with common green spaces. So, and with an eye also to the mobility of the district itself. So, but this is going to be develop not only during our project but also after. But we are launching the process. And on the right side, you can see in Herning, in Denmark, the new orangery. So this is the work in progress in this rural area in Herning that has been built according to the co-design process with the local community. Well, okay, I'm at the end of my presentation. So you have here all the contents, and if you want to have more information, of course, you can go on our website, which is common. SUPEREye, it's our mother project, and the SUPERSHINE. So both projects are dealing with energy efficiency, but SUPEREye was more focused on single buildings and SUPERSHINE on districts. But okay, yeah, on the website you will find all the information. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. Now I will give the floor to Itziar Vidorreta that will explain us the ProLight project. She has been working she's working as international project manager at Gaia, that is the ICT cluster of the Basque Country, and she's also the responsible of projects in the Basque District of Culture and Creativity, which is being piloted by Gaia. She's environmental science, has an environmental science degree and also a master in environmental engineering. And she is working in ProLight project by her experience in strategic planning, exploitation and market scalability, market research, and has a lot of experience also in project management, communication, dissemination, planning, and implementation. So the floor is yours. Thank you, Itziar.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Silvia. Thank you, Marta. And good morning, all. So I'm going to explain you also the other sister project, which is called ProLight, meaning Progressive Lighthouse District, serving as Green District Gate towards leadership in sustainability. So the project started in October 2022 and will last for 4 years. The objective is the objective is to test in a standardized approach in 6 demo sites, which are in Vienna, in Milan, in Guernica, next to Bilbao in the north of Spain, in Matosinhos, in Vasa, in Finland, and in Kozani in Greece. So also to act as urban incubators of technological, social, regulatory, and market solutions, identifying the proper methodologies to foster European lighthouses and pocket districts, empirical analysis in the demo districts, combining them in the so-called innovation clusters, and provided blueprint for replication and creating energy and climate aware communities. And for this, we are making the life cycle assessment, social life cycle assessment, and a life cycle cost analysis in the demos. Yes, and we are following the 2 methodologies in ProLight. One is the Lighthouse, which it is based in the urban development, and the other one is the pocket district for the market deployment. And both of them are also following the Living Lab methodology for the stakeholder involvement. Okay, so the objective also of this workshop was to show to the participants how the 3 sister projects are also dealing with the new European Bauhaus principles. So in the ProLight project, we are following it as well, making it more sustainable, together and beautiful. And how? Together, because we emphasize the inclusivity and the community participation, empowering the residents. The sustainability, because we are focusing on energy efficiency, renovation, renewable energy, circular economy, And beautiful because we have a clear commitment to enhancing the architectural beauty, but also respecting the cultural identity in the demo district area. So I am going to go more in deep one now in the three of them. So in the together, the inclusivity and community, we are working a lot in the community engagement, stakeholder involvement through the Living Lab methodology in the renovation processes, but also in building the energy communities in the demo district areas. In the educational initiatives also, because we are promoting energy literacy through digital application and interactive workshops. We have 4 capacity building activities for our stakeholders through all the project, and social equity because the project addresses the housing affordability and accessibility. So some examples, for example, on how we are working on them. In Austria, for example, we are working in the collaborative planning because the project works closely with the Vienna's municipality department, bringing together users and local stakeholders. In Guernica, for example, because building the energy community, because the ProLight project facilitates the creation of the energy community by engaging the local residents, the students, because this energy community is in a school, and the businesses, stakeholders in the area. And in Matosinhos, for example, because the inhabitants are involved in the implementation of photovoltaic energy production and other sustainable interventions. How we are working in the sustainability approaches, because we are very much focusing on energy efficiency in the renovation processes, reducing the carbon emissions and the energy consumptions. We are making the life cycle assessment also in the all demo districts. Also focusing on the circular economy, using sustainable materials and implementing efficient construction methods, and in the biodiversity and green spaces, because the project can integrate natural elements into the urban environment. For example, one of the demo districts is in a biosphere reserve. And applications, for example, in Vaasa, for example, which is a sustainable student housing. The district implements the energy efficient designs and technologies in student accommodations, focusing on maximizing the use of renewable energy, and also working a lot in the behavioral change programs together with the students. And in Milan, for example, how they are dealing with this, they have a smart urban solutions for the energy management. It is an app and also a gaming, and also sustainable mobility for the transportation options, such as electric vehicles, charging stations, reducing the urban pollution. And finally, how we are dealing with making our demo districts more beautiful. So we're focusing on the design quality. We are emphasizing the aesthetic enhancement of the neighborhood and transforming them also, not just in the building where the implementation is where the demo is implemented, but in all the neighborhood itself. The cultural identity is a must and a focus for us, respecting the local languages, the architectural heritage, the blending traditional aesthetic with modern sustainable design, and also on the public spaces, because the ProLight project contributes to creating beautiful and inclusive public spaces where people also can inspire, where people can feel more safe and healthy. For example, in Austria, how we are implemented in the Vienna's demo site, in the architectural heritage preservation, for example, because the renovations are designed to preserve the historical beauty of the city's architecture, and in the urban aesthetics with the green spaces in the area. And in Matosinhos, for example, because they are working in the positive energy district, including the beautiful design public squares, working closely to the architects that designed the building that is being renovated, and integrated also the local art in the public spaces. So, for example, one of the examples that we made and in which the new European Bauhaus was really present was in the summer school of ProLight project that was held in Guernica in the north of Spain, and in which we made a workshop in which we also have artistic performances like live music and dancing, through the visits to the energy community. So you can find here some of the pictures of that day of the workshop with dancers, with music inspiring also the workshops. We made the interventions also. Here are, you can see the visits to the energy community, but then also we made some crafts with the participants, but they were crafts related to the cultural identity in the Basque Country. So in this case, it was related to the making an oak leaf from the tree of the liberty in Guernica. And here you can find also some visits to the demo area, also to the green spaces next to the energy community, where they are implementing nature-based solutions. So that's all. This is my contact. So for anything, please don't hesitate to contact us and to follow ProLight in the social media. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Itziar, and thank you all our speakers for sharing very quickly some ideas and some results of your projects that are still ongoing projects. And now, as I told you, we are going to ask you some questions about what has been said. So we are going to launch some quiz that will be shared through Mentimeter. So you have there the web page, the link where you have to go, and then you have the code to enter our quiz. And now Andrea will share her screen and will give us the time to reply to the question. So please, Andrea. You have to enter the web page, and then you will enter the code, and you will have the option to reply to the questions. So the first question says, how many levels does the drop integrative renovation methodology have? It has 2 levels, it has 3 levels, or it has 5 levels? We'll give you some minutes so that you can replay. We have just 4 people. Let's wait so everyone can join the Mentimeter. You can find the link also in the chat in case you have any difficulties. More people is joining, so let's wait a bit. I think that the replay is quite clear now, or at least that's what all of you think. I think perhaps, Andrea, we can go to the next one. Yeah, so the right replay was 3 levels. Who is in the center of the drops co-creation process? The residents of Santana neighborhood, the residents of Ermua municipality, or local businesses of Ermua? Okay, I think that we have a clear replay. Yes, it was the residents of Santana neighborhood. I don't know if the questions are very easy or you have been really listening a lot to the presentation. Let's go to the next one, please. Which is the pilot case of drop? It is Elba, it is Ermua, or it is Matera? Yeah, I think that we have a winner. Yes, it is Ermua. In fact, Elba and Matera are peer cities in a co-learning process. So now we are going for one question for the ProLight project. What are the 3 main principles of the new European Bauhaus present in the ProLight project? I don't know if in this case, yeah. Perhaps we can solve this one. Yes, the 3 of them are, but I understand that from the explanation from each year, probably it has been more focused on sustainability. I don't know if the question is very well, let's say, described. So let's go to the next one. Which ProLight demo focuses on energy communities? Vasa in Finland or Vienna in Austria? See which one is the right replay. It was Guernica Lumo in Spain. Okay, next one. What type of energy systems are implemented in the ProLight Vienna pilot case? Geothermal heating, solar thermal generation, or wastewater reuse? We can solve this one. Yes, solar thermal generation. I don't know if we have any other question. Yes. What topic is present in SUPERSHINE but not in the other sister projects? Energy efficiency, co-creation, or energy poverty alleviation? So which one is present in SUPERSHINE but not in the other 2 projects, Drop and ProLight? Let's solve this question. Yes, it's energy poverty. Co-creation is present in all the projects. I mean, it's key, in fact, to co-create with the citizens. So it's energy poverty. What type of housing can be found in SUPERSHINE? Social and public owned housing, privately owned social housing, or private but with regulated rent housing? And the right replay is all of them. All of them were present. I don't know if we had the option to choose all the replays. I don't know. Is there any other question?
No, this is the last.
Okay, so thank you very much. And now we have like some last minutes to ask questions to the presenters, to the speakers about the different projects. You can use the chat to put your questions there. If you have any doubt, if there is something that you want to ask them, you can put your questions there, and we will read it to the speakers. So you have some minutes to write in the chat. Perhaps also the speakers, you can switch on your camera so that we can see you and you can reply to the questions once they arrive. I can see one question for Ricardo. You mentioned the public-private funding investment. Which is your funding scheme to support the local interventions?
Yeah, so well, we are investigating on many different possible funding solutions. So this is only one of the solutions, but yeah, so we are investigating on many different contract schemes. As I showed before, we will select the most suitable according to well, the return on investment, and of course for the also for the time for returning on investment. So not only for the rate, but also for the range of time. But it's not the only one. So because we are implementing also other financial tools like crowdfunding. So we have a clear target for giving to the districts enough resources for the intervention. And furthermore, so the last part of the project will be the development of the one-stop shop. So we will have a legal entity that will still standing after the end of the project, so supporting the district. So the scheme is just to analyze the the needs of the local districts, calculate the energy efficiency, and then propose to public and private investors the most suitable schemes for having the the best investment in our buildings.
Okay, thank you very much. We have another question. I think this one probably is more general. How can architects join these projects? I don't know who wants to reply. As you know,
I have
well,
something to say, but okay, maybe maybe can jump in.
I just was going to say yes, that these are European projects, like European Commission funding projects. So I think that is not an issue of what is your background. Probably it's more like an issue of trying to be involved, or that your companies or your municipalities are involved. But perhaps Ricardo, Itziar, or Marta, from your own projects, you can tell us if you have architects there and how they are involved, or...
Yeah, okay, I jump in before. So we already had some common session with the architects, well, for the local organization of architects at least in two of our lighthouses. They have been involved in some training session because we wanted to give them information and provide information and tools for the new planning of the cities, and we did this in Trieste, but they will be directly involved in the co-creation process as well. So some of them will be invited to local organizations, giving their own contribution and working together with the local communities for the future planning of the districts. So even if they are not directly partners, they are directly involved in the activities.
In our case as well, I think the architects are key because of the regeneration process. Like it really requires architects to be involved, especially in this aspect of aesthetic, no, and this physical pillar of the project. And from the municipality perspective, from our perspective, we always lack this expertise, right? Like we in our case in the drop project, we do in the coordination role, but we do need these experts to be involved to give us these ideas, steps that we don't have internally. So in this case, architects are used as key to our project. We're very, very happy to have them together with us.
Yeah, and in the case of the ProLight project, it's pretty much the same. We have architects and urban planners also involved in the project itself because it's their background. So they are working as architects, of course, in their companies, and then we have them involved in each of the demo districts, but there are local architects working in each of the demo districts, let's say, and participating in the workshop, so they are one of the main stakeholders, of course.
Okay, thank you very much. Another question that comes from the question side: is there a dimension among sustainability, accessibility, inclusivity, and beauty that proves more difficult to address in co-creation processes than others? Well, that is a very good question. Perhaps we will need another workshop to reply to that, but perhaps to follow with the order, Ricardo, you want to say something?
Yes, well, okay. One of the main difficulties, I mean, it's not related to the sustainability, not even to the beauty, because this is manageable by the expert, but it's the co-creation and involvement of the local communities. Because even if we are working for them, sometimes we have to build the trust with the local community. So we are talking about marginalized people sometimes, because okay, we are working with social housing, and you know they're not trusting, so they always have some doubts, you know, to why you are coming here, why you're making some activities, because okay, no one never gave us anything. So and then after the end of the project, what still remains in our dish. So we have to really work together and be sure that what we are doing for the local community still remain after the end, and so giving them also tools for keep on working in the community. So giving, I mean, it's not only related to our district, but okay, we visited also even more problematic ones in the south of Italy. And yes, so it's to build the mutual trust. That's the main challenge.
I would 100% agree with Ricardo. I think maybe the inclusion part is the most challenging one. I think regarding sustainability, people are more and more aware, and at the end, even if it is for some economic incentive, people are like kind of like on board with any efficiency related implementation we do. And regarding aesthetics as well, like I think everyone wants to see the neighborhood more beautiful, right? And I think that increases in a way the sense of belonging to the neighborhood. But when it comes to co-creation, that's where the challenge comes, especially in our case, for example, being a small municipality, since like people, especially also being like people who are a little bit older and from certain like income classes as well, they don't come with a background of participatory processes, and therefore sometimes it's a bit challenging to convince them to join and to kind of like guide them through the process. Maybe in bigger cities where this is a little bit more common, it could be easier, but sometimes it depends on the neighborhood, depends on the people you work with, it could be a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, Ciel?
Yes, and also that trust comes also in the transparency processes with the locals. Let's say for this, we are following the Living Lab methodology, where the stakeholders are not passive beneficiary, but they are active contributors, and following really a transparency process in all the demo districts. Also, in relation to the sustainability, we are using arts and creative industries, let's say, to communicate to the stakeholders the importance of the sustainability, which is not just economical or monetary. For example, in the case of the energy communities, which most of the cases is not finally, but using this kind of innovative approaches, with working a lot with designers, with art-related people on these new communication tools, let's say.
Okay, we are on time. It's 12 past 1 minute, so I think that we can close here. There are some pending questions. We will send them to the speakers, and you can send us in an email, and we can replay them if you are interested, of course. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to our speakers that have given us some clues about how we could start this social housing neighborhood regeneration, and also how they are dealing with the different barriers and challenges they are facing. If you want more information about any of the projects, you have the web pages, they have on LinkedIn, and we will still organize some more joint events, hopefully for the rest of the time of the project. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.